Have you heard Thomas Sowell talk about inequality?
Yes.
What do you think about that? He sort of says that inequality is just a natural part of life. Like in the animal kingdom, you'll also find inequality, even amongst different groups of people. Why is it fair that there's one group of people who lives in a very barren
Mm,
land without much fruit and no access
yeah.
to waterways, but another set of people, they have a fruitful land and it's very dynamic, let's say.
Yeah.
So, how do we actually eradicate inequality? Perhaps the pursuit of eradicating inequality can lead to our downfall.
I think the way in which, say, those kinds of naturalist approaches operate is by
Mm,
saying that, well, because it's a natural part of the animal kingdom, it means that interfering with nature is always going to be a bad thing. It's like, you're playing God. Don't play God. Leave
mm,
nature as it is. Um, sure, there are natural inequalities, but equally, what we have to recognize is that when we approach things through the development of historical lenses and sociological lenses, it's very quickly evident that forms of social inequality are not natural in the way that, say, there is a natural inequality between, say, a cheetah and an anteater in
mm,
terms of speed. Okay. Um, Part of the problem with naturalizing inequality is that it's designed to numb the capacity to be receptive to the historical and social conditions which have produced social inequality in the first place. So I think what would happen is that if, for example, we kept the naturalistic approach to inequality, we would buy into the very questionable, not necessarily absurd, because I don't want, I'm not here to be super disrespectful. I'm
mm,
I'm irreverent, but not disrespectful, I like to think. But we would buy into that very, very problematic um, kind of Milton Friedman-esque notion of the market as a kind of auto-correcting exercise.
mm,
Okay, the price signaling system will just work itself out. Just leave the market to work its own magic. Don't interfere with it. Don't use regulation. Don't do anything. It will fix itself. It will auto-correct. Um, and I think that's the problem with the naturalistic approach, is that it feeds into this idea of the market as this auto-correcting benevolent thing.